Here with Vlad to the Bone, Kasey Shienvold, and
They might be Giants.
Ross the Boss.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ross the Boss, and I'm very excited to be drafting with you, Cowboy. This is my favorite time of the year, guys. I love fantasy football drafts. I dream about this day. This is going to be a great one. We got some great competition this year. These guys are after us. They want to win the prize. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we got a lot of MFSN followers. We've got lots of our close friends, followers. Here's Chris Atwater, my friend who was at my wedding. Looking forward to this, he says. Thanks for the invite, Ross the Boss. You're welcome, Chris. The draft is beginning in 15 seconds. So let's pull it up. Lee Silverman says we should all pick Bengals.
And piss off Ross.
Piss off Ross the Boss. All right, the first pick is about to come up. And guys, I want to say, Ross is saying this is a great day. Listen, I just want to say this is the time of year when I actually return to being less knowledgeable. And so it's very sad
right.
for me.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot last year, so we're going to see just how good I am now. The first pick of the draft, Christian McCaffrey.
No
not
surprise
there. But it's not who I would have picked.
Wow.
Guys, feel free to comment on this. If you, we're in a league with these guys, and we're going to be hearing from them. They're going to be hearing from us.
So the second pick is, I don't know, Chuck W. I know it's a subscriber. He picked Dalvin Cook. So now we're at the third pick, and it's probably going to be Derrick Henry. It's Eric Pollock is the one that's picking. Eric is somebody I play softball with. He's a great fantasy football player.
It's not Method Man.
It's not Method Man. Calvin Kamara. He went third.
I like that.
That's surprising.
Hey,
I had Kamara as the number 2 overall player myself.
And that's a good pick. So he took Elvin. Elvin, I think, is remember that game he had 6 touchdowns, and it was like during the playoffs in football. It was unbelievable.
Patrick Mahomes.
Whoa, Patrick Mahomes goes 4. Wow.
Shock.
So that's a big one. I don't know why. I'm in shock a little bit. I think it's always good to be in shock. Somebody really wanted Patrick Mahomes.
Always good to be in shock. But listen, this is a league. This is a league that values quarterbacks at 6 points per thrown touchdown. So Mahomes could be a real difference maker, but I'm still surprised by that.
Yeah, that one. I'm not gonna. I didn't win my league last year, so I'm not gonna knock that pick. But I would not have taken a quarterback in the first round.
Not in these league settings, I wouldn't say. So we're going to see that there's some players that, they're going to fall if Patrick Mahomes goes first. I mean, who knows?
So the next pick is Joe's lost son. It's Patrick Donovan. He's actually a football coach at Windsor College. He was a unbelievable college football player.
Wasn't he on one of our shows?
He was
one of our shows. Patrick Turk.
Ezekiel Elliott.
I actually like that pick.
We're all watching Hard Knocks. It's hard not to bet against Zeke. I mean, he's going to have a big year. I have a good feeling, and that's a great pick.
All right, but it seems like there's some other players that some might have picked over Zeke. Listen, it's a bit of a crapshoot. Fantasy football always is. Okay, we've got Jets. That obviously he's going to pick Michael Carter. I'm kidding.
No, Zach.
Obviously, he's taking Zach Wilson and the mom.
Zach Wilson, yeah.
And his mother is included in the deal.
Curtis Martin and Joe Namath.
Yeah.
Carmichael will be taken. Jets. He's an unbelievable fantasy player. I played with him in many leagues. He wins every league he's in. He's a fierce competitor. This guy knows what he's doing. We'll see who he picks.
Listen, I think I know who he's going to pick.
I don't know if he's even on. I don't know if he's on.
It's not an auto draft. Whoa, Tyreek Hill. All right.
That's it.
Okay, I was going to say, is Derrick Henry actually going to fall to me?
Zach's was very happy to get that one.
No, Zach Daly,
Najee Harris,
softball player.
Dan, you get Nick Chubb.
This is incredible because I can get Nick Chubb, but am I actually going to take him? Because
Najee Harris went in the first round, which is surprising because Pittsburgh's
I can't believe I can take Nick Chubb and I'm not going to.
No, I'm going to take. If you didn't take him,
I'm going to take him.
Oh
my God! Should I? It's so hard. Listen, fantasy football is not about the team you root for. It's about the team you have on. So I'm going to pick the guy I think I should pick. And here it is.
Wow.
Travis Kelce.
Well,
Kasey would not do that.
Wow.
That's a shock. I'm shocked he took Kelce that high. I understand why.
So
And
now
there you
you're
go.
telling me I might get Nick Chubb.
So now we're at
No. Okay. Darn it.
Lee Silverman. Lee Silverman
got-
takes Nick Chubb.
I have instant regret.
Yeah. Oh, this one's tough.
Now with the Giants, Jonathan Taylor. He loved Jonathan Taylor.
I got to go with Devontae Adams. I
He
just
takes
think,
Devontae Adams. Interesting.
man, that was not who I was planning on taking.
My turn.
I can't believe Nick Chubb actually fell to me and I didn't take him. This is
Yeah,
the weird thing about drafts. But there are reasons. You know, I feel like
Aaron Jones.
I feel like
Ross.
I'm going to get a more comparable player at 16, whereas Travis Kelce, there is no comparable player at that position.
I took 2 running backs back to back. I have a feeling
I was right
that
with one of them, Dan.
Yep.
What did I say?
He called that you were going to take Antonio Gibson.
Yeah.
But I didn't know
Brilliant,
Dan
Kasey.
was going to take Kelce from you.
I'm worried about running backs.
All right, we've got
Because-
Chris Atwater saying, Alabama, baby, this kid is about to set the world on fire.
The problem with my picking 12th is this: I don't pick till 21 picks, so I gotta wait.
Yeah,
I
you
feel
got to
like
wait
I
a
could.
long time.
I'm sitting here like an idiot.
Austin
and
Eckler.
I
You
felt
see
like I could take a nap.
Austin Eckler just went. All right,
Austin
wait.
Yes, to
Eckler,
me.
Guys.
Casey and I liked Austin. You weren't on the show Tuesday, but we talked a lot about Austin Eckler and how that.
All right, now listen, guys, watch why I didn't take Nick Chubb. I didn't take Nick Chubb.
Saquon Barkley.
No, because I think he's going to get injured like he always does. I'm
Jonathan
going to go with
Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor. It's basically
Casey was talking.
Another tight end. Who's Southern Beer Posse?
Southern Beer Posse sounds like it would be Chris Atwater, but I don't know.
You can look it up, but
Darren
Waller, he's back at practice. I predict he'll have 100 receptions this year. I think it's going to be a great year. I don't know if he's a second round guy, but I think if you want him, I think he had to take him there. I don't think it's a bad pick.
That's the thing. If you want a great tight end, you're going to need to get it then.
So now, Ross, the boss strategy is, there's Kittle, there's Andrews, there's Pitts, there's a
Southern
few
Beer
other guys.
Posse, by the way, is Chris Atwater. I just, I read it.
So he's got
We know that.
Najee Harris and Darren Waller. I like it.
All right. It's the Jets again. Who did they pick the first time?
DeAndre Hopkins just went. The Jets took Tyreek Hill, I think.
Right. All right. Well, I'm predicting we're going to have a running back going here. I think I know who it will be, but we'll see.
You need to take you got to take a RB1 at least on your team to win the league, I think.
It's pretty hard to do well without taking an RB1 in the first 2 picks.
Dude, you got Jonathan Taylor that late in the second round.
I know. Well, that's the thing. I was eyeballing it, and I was like, I think if I take Kelce here, I could get a running back like him.
That was a perfect thing. And Kelce, as we talked about, even though he shaved his facial hair and he looks like a farmer now from Ohio, it's still a great pick. I mean, he doesn't have that model looks anymore. He looks like a normal, like Kasey Shienvold guy now. It's unbelievable.
All right, everybody, listen. Chris Atwater is commenting on why he took Darren Waller. He says he wouldn't fall to me in the 3rd round, and I only like 2 tight ends in this draft. I completely agree, Chris. This is why I took Kelce. Although I think Kelce in the 1st round was probably going to go 1st round anyway. So listen,
Ross, I had you taking Kelce and Gibson, by the way, in my prediction.
I don't know. I was taking 2 running backs in the first in my it's having the 12th and 13th pick. I had to take 2 running backs. I had no choice.
all right, guys, listen. While we're doing this, though, I know we're talking some football, but I also want to talk about the psychological experience of the draft. How are you guys doing? Are you freaking out? Do you have the team you want? What's happening?
I am worried about who's going to be there on the wraparound. When you pick this late in the first round, you're going to get two good players in the first 2 picks, but then you have no idea what's going to be available in round 3 at pick whatever 40 something.
I know it could.
You have no idea. You just sit here. All Casey and I do is just sit here and wait. There's nothing. Casey and I can't control what people pick, so we kind of just check everything out. There's Eric Pollack. He took George Kittle.
All right, Lee Silverman is saying he took Barkley and was debating on Taylor. So let's see at the end of the year. I agree, and also Lee, trade me Chubb. Let's talk. I'll send you Jonathan
Wait,
Taylor and something for Chubb.
No, let me do this. Dan will pick up somebody on the waiver wire in the first week, and he'll trade
No,
that
no,
player
no.
for Chubb.
I refuse this character assassination. I did not work that way. All right.
Dan will pick up. He'll pick up the backup running back in Green Bay, who's A.J. Dillon, and he'll trade you that for Chubb.
You think he's going to be available after the draft, Ross? You haven't done your prep.
I don't think not with
Miles. Look.
In a 10-team draft, yes. In a 12 people, no.
Hey, guys, look at this. Miles Sanders just went in round 3, pick 3.
Miles Sanders, you got to remember, this is the thing about the Eagles. And I know Eric Pollock, Wu-Tang.
That's what I was hoping.
Eagles
Good
fan.
pick by Vic's Dog Pound.
Is the Eagles'
great
offensive line last year was all banged up. They had 25 different starters playing different positions the whole season. So this year they're healthy, and they have a running back. They have a running back that's healthy. They have a quarterback who likes to run. So they'll be a good running team this year. They'll be good.
There's a lot of good players still available in this draft.
Yeah, no.
Oh, man. There's a lot of... Oh, what's this? We have a comment. Sorry was late. Didn't have my proof of facts. Cough. Cough, cough. High five.
Who's that?
I don't know who this is.
No.
Somebody in the comments. All right. Chris Atwater's up. Oh,
Chris
he
Atwater.
says Ross. He said Ross the boss. Gibson is the guy. C-Mac style guy. Going to be a beast. So I think he likes...
I'm worried
Antonio
about,
Gibson.
he was hurt last year because of turf toe, and turf toe is a really tough injury, especially in football. I just hope he gets over that turf toe. I hope it's not a factor during the season. But the Redskins, I call them the Redskins. I'm not calling them the team of Washington. We're calling them the Redskins, Kasey Shienvold. I feel the Redskins have a great offensive line, and they'll protect that guy hard. It's going to be a good season.
DK Metcalf. Okay. Well, this is not the player that I particularly wanted to get here, but
here we go. It's going to be great.
Watch this.
Let's see.
It's great. Take it.
Josh
Jacobs, Josh Jingerheimer Smith. That's my name too.
I love John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt with missing certain names. All right. We've got a comment from Wichita Films. Oh, didn't see the think about after the draft to go live. I don't know what that means.
I love Chris. He's an unbelievable softball player. He's one of the best in the country. He's a Virginia Tech graduate. He loves Virginia Tech so much, it'll make your head spin. He's an unbelievable,
planning on taking,
unbelievable player.
But I need a second running back.
Yes, Susie taking. Kasey Shienvold takes.
Because Kasey, I was deciding between Josh Jacobs. I was deciding between Josh Jacobs and Darrell Henderson because this is the part of the draft where there's not as much available.
I was hoping Chris Carson would slide to me, but he was not there.
Chris Carson wouldn't have slid to you because if he had been mine, I would have. So if it's any consolation, you weren't going to get him.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
Who do the snot bubblers take with their 2 picks?
Ross, let's talk about the name snot bubblers. Where does this come from? I know it comes from the nose, but
what it is when you hit a football, when you hit somebody really hard, and the player you hit actually has a snot bubbler in his nose because you hit him so hard. So when I play football, that's what happened. You just hit the guy so hard that he had a snot bubbler in his nose. I'm taking him just because I love Hard Knocks. I love what he did on the episode when I watched yesterday. I'm taking CD Lamb. I don't think
he'll be a good pick anyway.
I don't think he'll be there in 20 picks that are coming up. So I took 2 receivers. I took Keenan Allen, who I had last year, who was money every week. The thing about receivers is this: you want to take some receivers that you don't have to think about starting. I mean, you'll be starting.
I love
it's
this
not a whole bunch of weird, bad running receivers. You want some guys that are for sure starts, and that's one of them. 2 of them.
All right. I'm pleased with how this has gone. I have both Los Angeles running backs, which I'm not real comfortable with because, well, they're from LA. And then, but I'm happy to get scary Terry McLaurin there at the 38th pick.
The team you're drafting tonight will not be your team in October.
Why do you take Mike Evans from me there? Oh my God, that really messes me up.
I'm not a big Mike Evans fan. He can go 2 games without scoring. He'll have games where he catches 4 passes for 32 yards. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, now look, this is where we're going to pivot because I was going to take a top wide receiver if I could.
Yeah, you do need one. I'm looking at your team right now.
So I'm going to take who I think is a very underrated QB for this kind of league,
Okay.
and I take Lamar
Underrated.
Jackson. I
So
don't.
so you're taking a quarterback now.
No, I'm not, because I took it in the past. It already happened. But
Okay. I didn't even see.
I'm making sure you understand time and the concept. Travis Etienne, interesting choice.
I think Kasey and I might wait later to take our quarterback. I don't think I'll be happy to get, like, if I can get Joe Burrow, if I can get Jalen Hurts, if I can get somebody in that stature, I'll be happy with it.
No, listen, I'm with you on that. But when I looked at the difference between the wide receivers available now and who's going to be available later versus the quarterback that I think is going to be available later, I decided to go for the upside.
That's fine. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you.
Okay, now this is interesting. There were certain players in our rankings. We just did our rankings, right? Which player did you find that you rated so much lower than everyone else's? Because one of them just went. Two of them just went. I don't like the Rams receivers that much this year.
Oh, see, I do. I think Matt Stafford's going to change their trajectory.
I think Matt Stafford.
I like them more. I like them more this year than last year, but I never liked him that much.
I don't know. I've never been a huge fan of the Rams receivers, even though I do play softball with. On our team, we have Robert Woods' nephew is on our team, and he plays on our softball team, or his uncle, excuse me. So I kind of are friendly with him, but I feel the Rams receivers they're not like automatic starts every week. It's somebody that you have to see what the matchups are, see where they're playing, the whole thing. They're not like automatic. Like I have two guys like CeeDee Lamb and Keenan Allen. I'm going to start every week, even though they both have the same bye week, which is horrible. But oh well.
Actually, I don't mind having 2 bye weeks. If I could get my roster to be strong with everybody having the same bye week, I would just punt 1 week.
Yeah. And you never know. I mean, you want to hear something funny? The week that Claypool had like 4 touchdowns, I started him because I had a bye week with one of my other players. So I started Claypool not because I wanted to, because I had to, because it was like everybody else was on bye weeks.
Yeah.
So you just never do. Claypool had like 4 touchdowns in one game. 2% of the people started him. You know what the 2% was me. Because
but in the draft, I have to say I pay very little attention to buys. I just was looking now just because I already drafted these guys. I was looking at their bye weeks, and I just saw Allen and Lamb have the same bye weeks. So I have 3 more picks. Case, Dan's pick right now. Dan, what are you thinking? I need to shore up receiver.
I see Kareem Hunt. I see Kareem Hunt is available. You missed up on Chubb.
No,
You're not going to take Kareem Hunt.
I took a Bengal. I took T. Higgins.
Wow.
I need a wide receiver. I think he's going to have a big year. He already had a good year last year. What you said? Wow, in a way that makes me scared.
No, I like T. Higgins a lot. I just worry about when you have 3 quality receivers like that in the same team, how much love is one of them going to get?
Yeah, but Chase.
I wanted Mark Andrews.
He wasn't making it to you.
I wanted Mark Andrews.
He wasn't going to make it to you.
Oh, you wanted him too?
Yep. Well, that messes with my head a little bit. I was very excited. Thank you, Lee's legit team.
Yeah, Lee. You better change that name too.
There's nothing legit about stealing my player. No. All right.
Let's see. What's he gonna do? By the way, I like your team name, Kasey.
I'm gonna have, but depending on how my team performs, I might change it to a different song by them every week.
Right.
Build a little birdhouse in your soul, or maybe I'll be in Istanbul or Constantinople.
I bet Ross doesn't even know who They Might Be the Giants are.
They're big. They're a group.
All right. What do they sing?
They have one big hit. I've got the name of it.
Oh, they have more than one big
hit. They have a greatest hits album.
All right. We won't distract you we will distract you while you're picking.
Yeah, that's the point of this whole conversation.
That's right.
Ooh, he went quarterback.
I like the Allen. I like having that. We call this stacking in the business. Is I got Herbert and Allen on the same team. I know you're looking at bye weeks, and week 7 is going to be disastrous. Uh, I love having that combination. I think Herbert's going to have a huge year. I love this kid, and now he has the confidence, and he's the starter. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun to watch.
I think it's a great pick. I think picking up a quarterback in round 6 is generally a great way to go. I was
afraid, Dan.
Yeah,
I was afraid if I waited 20 more picks, I wouldn't be able to get I wanted a guy at least in the second tier. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Kasey, I think, what's surprising, Dak Prescott has not gone yet. And Dak, I know
You got to
people
pick
watch
still here,
Hard
snot
Knocks.
bubblers.
I know they're worried about.
You better pick, Ross.
It's not my
Casey, you're
pick.
picking. You're picking.
Oh.
Oh my God. Well, you took Chase Edmonds.
Chase Edmonds, Arizona, great pick. He's not worried about James Conner. He's not worried about James Conner. He's not worried about Conner getting some handoffs. It's interesting.
I don't
Kirk
care.
Edwards.
Chase Edwards is going to catch all the passes, and we're in a half-point PPR. So,
that's true. In a half-point PPR, it's all the better.
He catches. So I've only taken wide receivers and running backs with my first 5 picks.
Listen,
listen, that's not super atypical. By the way,
6 picks.
Chris Atwater is observing that all the songs we were talking about, They Might Be Giants, are great songs. I'm going to add Letterbox in there. It's fantastic.
Oh, another great one.
All right, here we go. Now I'm going to grab another receiver here, I believe.
Okay, let me just tell you you're going to take. Let me just tell you. You said receiver. I say you take.
Let's see. There's a little bit of a hint on the screen.
Jalen Waddle?
Not Jalen Waddle. I'm going back. Juju Smith-Schuster. I've decided he put up good numbers coming back. I'm going big time upside on these guys. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't love my receivers, but
the only thing with Pittsburgh is Ben Roethlisberger's 39 years old. Last year, he showed a lot of age. He couldn't get the ball to any of his receivers last year with the long pass.
Okay, but last year he did get the ball to Schuster Smith.
God, I watched him miss so many easy passes. It was just heartbreaking.
He did. It's true. We'll see. I went with my rankings, and we'll see. It could be a complete disaster.
It's not going to be a disaster. But he's somebody that I would not start every week. I would see what the matchups are. He's not an automatic start.
I don't necessarily disagree with that, but at this stage in the game, with the wide receivers available, you're past that point.
Yeah, it's true.
I actually don't.
Did you see who I took? I took Javonte Williams from Denver Broncos. The rookie.
You don't have a lot of. You might be able to get Melvin Gordon III on the way back.
Wichita Films, by the way, is observing that Chase Edmonds is a former Hokie. You guys know a lot of the colleges that people went to, and meanwhile, Virginia is a big state for football.
Well, Virginia Tech's the only team that we care about. We don't care about the Cavaliers. We could care less about the Cavaliers. Me and Chris Robinson love Virginia Tech. We'll bleed that color for life. Virginia is a joke. West Virginia is a joke. Virginia Tech's the only school we talk about. Mike Davis was drafted. The funny thing about Mike Davis is every place he goes, he does well. I mean, that's a good pick. I think
that's a great pick.
Russell Wilson just went.
I was hoping he would sneak all the way back, but I didn't have a lot of faith in that. I love Russell Wilson this year.
See, Russell Wilson last year, to me, he had good weeks, and then he had weeks that were just horrible. It's not consistent enough for me.
He's got Metcalf, he's got Lockett, and he's got Gerald Everett now. So I just think he's going to have a big year.
Man, this is where the draft starts to get tough.
Oh, okay. See, Casey, you have 7 more picks till you. What are you thinking? Quarterback?
I don't know.
Always a good sign.
I don't know if I'm thinking. No, quarterback. I'm not thinking yet. I won't take that with my next pick. I'm not even sure I'll take it with my 8th round pick.
Well, might as well wait till the 12th round if you're going to wait.
Oh, that's who I was hoping would sneak to me, Matthew Stafford. I told you all I'm high on him this year.
I had a feeling you talked about him before. I know you like Matthew Stafford, even though he's 33 years old. You like Stafford. I like Stafford.
Now, I'm assuming Jets had also drafted Travis Etienne.
He did, yes.
I believe so.
Oh, there went Tannehill.
I see Baker Mayfield still available. Is that a Dr. Dan pick?
Well, not now that I have Lamar Jackson. I'm not likely to go on backup quarterback anytime soon. But this is interesting.
That's not a bad pick.
No.
This is tough. Oh, man, there's a lot of, you know what? Do I want to go with this? Oh, very tough. All right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to jump in where my
Here we go. He's jumping in, folks.
Where my
I'll tell you what. I was taking him just because of the value.
Kasey Shienvold was taking him. Now it's Lee Silverman time.
He would have been my fourth.
Lee lives in Arizona.
Running back.
He loves
that
Cardinals.
Value is hard to pass up.
Lee Silverman loves Cardinals.
Chris Atwater just said this. Dr. Dan drafted the COVID factory. There's a question. They're asking, are we doing a post-draft show? We are not this time, Wichita Films, and I apologize about that. That is a major faux pas to host a show and not do a post show.
But tell them the good news. Throughout the whole season, we're going to use this league as a main discussion.
Yeah, listen. The post game show is going to be all season.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about this league the whole year.
Wait, here's Kasey Shienvold. This guy's unbelievable. This is where Kasey shines. Oh, yep. Michael Carter got drafted pretty quick. University of North Carolina graduate, 8 yards a carry last year in college, which is unbelievable.
Now let's see if Kasey actually knows it's his pick this time instead of
I'm aware. I thought it was Ross. I'm like, Ross picked.
I think that's the bad sign when you think.
Shoot,
Kasey Shienvold.
Pull the trigger there.
He's thinking. He's looking. He's thinking maybe.
I'm thinking.
I'm going with another wide receiver.
Guy I'm taking has been hurt every year, but I'm going to take a chance with him and see what happens. Just because he's a running back. And
he's crazy talented. Yeah.
Oh, he was one of the guys I was deciding between with Ronald Jones.
No.
I like Jerry Jeudy. I think that's a good pick. And now Ross is going again. He's just getting greedy.
You know, with Everett going to Seattle, I'm taking Tyler Higbee. I feel he'll be good with the Rams.
I was looking at him. Yeah.
Guys,
Stafford,
I have to ask an ignorant question. A potentially ignorant question. There's a lot of talk about Beamer Ball in the comments. Chris Atwater says, loved Beamer Ball, Wichita Films. My brother and sister-in-law both are Hokies, so I assume Beamer Ball happened at Virginia Tech.
Beamer was the coach at Virginia Tech.
He was a special teams genius.
And he was the coach there. Chris, is he still the coach at VTech? I think did he leave?
No, he retired.
He retired, yeah. He retired, but he was an icon. He was
beloved. He was beloved. Yeah.
Beamer was unbelievable. Great coach.
He was there when Mike Vick was the quarterback, all that. He was the first one to put all his best players on special teams because he cared more about blocking kicks and blocking field goals than keeping players healthy. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Kasey, how many kickers are you taking this year? Are you taking 3 or 4?
Those are your only choices.
I'm going to go with 3.
Just 3?
I'm going to go with 3. By the way, I think I reached for Dallas Goedert, but I just think he's going to be good with Jalen Hurts at quarterback. I think he's going to be looking for a tight end a lot. I worry a little bit about Hurts.
I love the Hurts to Ertz thing. I love that. I love Jalen Hurts. Is going to go to Hurts.
I think Zach Moss is a really good pick, Dan. I think he's going to get the goal line carries there, and that's a really good team.
Thank you. I know that he's currently dinged up. These things happen. But the backfield is wide open. He's probably the leading candidate overall.
And Singletary hasn't exactly run away with that job.
I have 17 more picks till I draft. So right now, I'm hoping I can get anybody.
Listen, you can get anybody, but they might be a kicker.
I don't know. It's important that people like do a draft order before so you can like put it in your queue so you kind of know what's going on?
Yep.
Because I have sleepers. I do have sleepers.
I have plenty of sleepers, and I'm gonna start dipping into them.
I am currently regretting taking a tight end.
Who did you take?
He took
Dallas
Dallas
Goedert.
Goddard.
I like
You
Dallas
could've-
Goedert, but he's
Yeah,
not
you could've got
separated
somebody
from
better.
4 other tight ends. So I
No,
could've
you could have
taken
got
later.
Cook. You could have.
Oh.
There's a bunch of
By the
guys
way,
you could've
Wichita
got.
Films is educating us in college coaches. Shane Beamer is the coach at South Carolina. Fuente
But-
is the coach of the Hokies.
Yeah, but the old coach of the Hokies was Beamer, Frank Beamer,
I see.
back
All
in
right.
the early 2000s.
Chris Atwater says, I have a lot of close ties with South Carolina, but they have a tough road to hoe this year. I
What are you
love
calling a hoe?
Listen, Chris Atwater is one of the most sports educated people I've ever encountered. He knows everything.
I
No,
want
Chris
to be a hoe.
Robinson is a genius.
Remember Eddie Murphy's?
Buy my new book.
Ah,
I'm not even sure. we can
Casey,
say this
you
stuff
also
anymore.
like Blake Jarwin too, remember?
I do. That's what I say. I regret taking,
I mean, Blake
Goddard.
Jarwin you like. I like Blake
especially
Jarwin
when I have to
too.
wait 20 picks till I pick again.
I know. I mean,
Luckily, the picks are going fast. This draft is just flying by.
it's flying by. Case, have you picked a quarterback yet?
No.
Have you picked a kicker yet?
Yes, 3.
You did?
Yes, but he hasn't selected them. I mean, he picked them in his mind. Oh, we've got our first defense. Was that an auto pick? I have to see.
No.
It was not.
No, it's the
Chuck's
Missouri Raiders.
Glorious is an auto pick.
I don't know the Missouri Raiders at all. He's a guy that's a subscriber that joined, and I never played against him. I know nothing about him,
We're
but
gonna
we'll
find
see how
out.
he does.
We're going to find out. And welcome, subscriber. This is one great thing about this league, and we'll do this probably every year where some people in MFSN will just get to join us in the league.
So we'll be talking about this league the whole season. This is going to be like our stepping stone. We'll be talking about trades that happen in this league. We're talking about waiver wires that happen in this league. You'll be pulling this league up during shows. I mean, this is going to be a big part of our shows coming up in the next 4 months.
That's right.
And don't we have a new website? What is it?
We do have a new website. Thank you for asking, Ross. I'm surprised that I didn't mention it before. It's mfsn.tv. And you can go there and you can check out all kinds of things. We've got all of our shows up there. We've got all of our picks as well. So if you're preparing for your draft right now, and there's the website, and we're showing it. You can prepare by looking at the different draft picks. If you think if one of us maybe you think knows what we're talking about more, or 2 of us, or you want to just check out the Yahoo rankings, it's all there. All the podcasts are there. We've got interviews with celebrities. We've got waiver wire in all the sports, and that'll be coming, after that first week of the season. We'll get right on the waiver wire. Oh, it's my pick. I should probably.
Oh, I wasn't going to tell you.
I would tell you. I just noticed it, but you have 38 seconds. You're okay. What position are you looking at?
Well, I feel thinnest at wide receiver by far.
Michael Pittman Jr., you talk about him a lot last year. He's available and he's healthy. What are you going to do?
But I don't think I'm going to go with him here.
Wow.
I think that would be too early.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Will Fuller.
Interesting.
Will Fuller.
Uh-oh,
I thought you were.
that is a dreaded statement.
I thought you were
Is he
going with
still in
Antonio
jail?
Brown.
I don't believe so. In the meantime, I don't think I would go with Antonio Brown because he's just too much of a headache. I like good locker room guys for fantasy, even though we don't have to deal with them at all.
For real? He took Joe Burrow?
Who
I
did?
just
Joe
like saying
Burrow.
Joe Burrow. That's
Yep.
who I was going to draft. Okay, let's see. Who am I going to take now?
He's just going to end up taking a quarterback.
I know.
like in round
Lee knows exactly
11.
what you have queued up.
He does, man. He's in my
He's a
head.
genius.
He's in my head.
Let's see. Now, we've got some comments going on still. Wichita Film says, I wrote football and basketball at Virginia Tech when Frank Beamer started out. Cool.
See?
All right.
I'm going to take this guy because I think he's primed for a big year.
Listen
Who
to this,
is
Ross.
it? Mooney.
Oh, I know
that's
you're
a good
picking. I know you're picking, but Chris Robinson just said, "Good locker room guys," and you hang out with Ross.
pick. Son of a.
You
I'm
son
gonna
of
take. I'm gonna take another Charger. I'm gonna take the other side of the line.
Mike Williams?
I'm taking Mike Williams. I'm
pick.
so dead during the whole bye weeks, but I'm taking Mike Williams just in case if Keenan Allen goes down. I have I'll have the second favorite one. And now we're down to my next pick.
I'm regretting Will Fuller already. Who can I trade him to? You know why? It's all because Kasey said interesting when I picked him, which means he was not on his radar at all. We all know what the word interesting means in this context.
Is it my pick?
No, it's Ross's
my
pick, but you're next.
Soon it gets tough, as we know, Kasey.
This is.
I'm going to take the rookie from Alabama. I'm taking the rookie from Alabama.
That's not a bad pick. All right, I guess I've hit that part of the draft where I have to swallow my pride.
I took the rookie. Who are you going to take?
Kirk Cousins. He's got 3 really good pass catchers, and Dalvin Cook can catch it out of the backfield. So
now let's see.
And now I wait.
I can't stand the idea of picking Hollywood Brown here, but
you can do better than that. You want my help?
No.
Let me just look. Hold on before.
I'm going with a guy that I've always been.
I'd rather take Nicole Hardman.
Yeah, I took Michael Pittman because I like him even better than Hardman. But
I would have taken Devonta Smith. I just think he's the Justin Jefferson of this year.
I like Curtis Samuel.
I have a different take on him.
I like Sammy Watkins in Baltimore this year. I think he's a big year. And another guy that no one talks about, he's the #1 receiver now in Las Vegas, is John Brown.
I
think Henry Ruggs III is a sleeper pick there in Vegas this year.
That's a good one too.
I think Brian Edwards is actually pretty good too.
Yeah.
The problem with them is you don't know which one's going to emerge.
And who Derek Carr is going to be.
Oh, Jarvis Landry. That was the other way I was going to go. Well, sometimes you got to go with the guys you're high on, and then
I have some really good sleeper picks. Can't wait.
Oh, now Chris Atwater says another kid that is going to set the world on fire. So, which one was that? I think he's talking about Devontae Smith. Yep. He says, "Love Smith, go Alabama."
Do you think this? Yes or no, guys? This is a yes or no question. Deshaun Watson will be drafted this year in our league?
If he's there at the end of the draft, he'd be my last pick.
Yeah,
you heard that, folks. You heard that first, folks.
He's
Kasey Shienvold.
He's a pretty good flyer to take at the end.
Do you think Deshaun Watson? You have 6 bench players. Usually, the 6th guy you take will probably be waived by week 2, so it's not a bad idea to take Deshaun to see where he falls. And having in your quarterback is pretty weak, so I would probably take another quarterback kind of sooner than later.
By the way, the only reason I was thinking of taking Hollywood Brown, because I actually think he's pretty terrible, is that I have Lamar Jackson, and I like to stack. But there's no one to stack there.
We have that stacking.
Mark Andrews. Chris Atwater says, "Not for me, no Watson. I hate dirtbags." I think let's not mince words. Listen, I hate dirtbags too. The question is he one?
I hate dirtbags too. Kasey?
Dirtbags are not very popular these days. I've noticed.
No, but I have a feeling we don't know that a lot of the people we own are dirtbags.
Oh yeah,
Kasey.
I have a COVID factory.
Kasey, have you watched the Hard Knocks from yesterday?
Not yet. No.
We have the football show tomorrow. You better watch it. It was good. They had a great story. They had some good stories this week. You guys will like it. Please watch it.
You bet.
I absolutely will. But first, I'm going to see how many picks is it before me.
I have 11 picks until I pick. Kasey has 10.
All right. Well, I have 8. Let's see here. See, to me, this is the most interesting part of the draft, but it's also the hardest part. There's so many possible values.
There is. There's a lot of values. I mean, has Michael Thomas been picked yet?
I don't believe
Yes,
he has.
Oh, he was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kasey Shienvold, give me answers. So Michael Thomas, I was going to put Michael Thomas right around here if he was available, but obviously he's not. But
Yep.
I feel that even though he's going to come back week 7, maybe 8, I still think he's a good value for the second half of the season. But somebody picked him way too early. I noticed that none of the New Orleans quarterback candidates have been taken either.
Well, that's not entirely surprising to me. I could see them. I mean, they're backups at this stage of the game in a 12-team league.
I'm not disagreeing. I just, the Coach Payton of the New Orleans Saints loves Hills a lot. I mean, he's favoring him to start. And if he starts, it's like having another running back out there. That guy runs half the time he throws. So he could be very valuable in fantasy-wise in many reasons.
Dan's favorite player.
Who?
T.Y. Hilton. Oh,
Dan hates that guy.
make it stop.
Casey, let me ask you a question. You're a Giants fan. I think Lee Silverman is either Giants or Jets fan. I can't remember. But Daniel Jones, he's healthy this year. He wasn't healthy last year. We know he can run. I mean, do you think? I know it's a make or break here. Do you think he'll have a good season this year?
I hope so. I don't have a lot of faith in him. It depends on Barkley's health. As soon as Barkley was hurt and they didn't have a running game, Daniel Jones wasn't good enough to get through progressions with the time he had. I don't know how else to put it.
Got it.
All right. Not crazy about this pick either, but I've got a potpourri of average upside receivers. I'll take Mecole Hardman there.
Who?
Mecole Hardman.
Oh, yeah. He's a good number 2 guy. They have Pringle, they have Hardman, they have Robinson. They have a few receivers that catch balls. It's not a.
I love receivers who catch balls. They're my favorites. Let's see. Kasey, you're up next.
I'm ready. I'm assuming Lee's going to take who I have queued up, though.
I'm sure Lee has like a direct link to your computer. I don't know how he does it.
If it was Tyler Bass, then
I think the kicker.
It was not. Okay. I'm going to bet on an injury, and this guy has thrived in the past with injured running backs in front of him.
Who is it?
I like that pick.
Jamal Williams.
Detroit.
I like that pick.
Think,
in Detroit.
Casey, I think he'll be starting by week 6 or 7.
Yeah, I mean, I like DeAndre Swift, but I don't know,
Well, he's injury prone. He's not. I always hesitate to say that because, if you're a football player, you're injury prone because it's so rough out there. But I also think, these guys' track records can change quite a bit. Latavius Murray.
He's betting on Kamara getting hurt.
There you go.
Well, although Latavius Murray might have some role himself.
And then I'm
interested to see, and Chris Atwater is a huge Saints fan. I wonder what it's going to be like without Breeze for the first time. What it's going to be like.
He missed a bunch of games last year, and we saw what happened.
It's true. I did, with my own eyes.
24 seconds, huh? Got to figure this out.
Actually, I have 21. Time keeps passing.
Time keeps on slipping
into the future. Oh, well, you got a lot of backup upside, and those are.
I think Malcolm Brown's going to be the starting running back by week 3.
Interesting. You
I
just
don't
think Gaskins?
I don't think Gaskins going. I think Gaskins not going to be starting by. I don't think he'll be starting. I don't think he'll get that many reps by week, at least by week 3 or 4. No.
I like
Malcolm
Marvin
Brown
Jones
is so
Jr.
much
this
better.
year.
Malcolm Brown is so much better. He needed a place he can play, and he's going to play a lot.
We have a comment coming in. Murray always has a role, and with Jameis running the show, deep ball is coming back. All right. Good to know.
I just
got
want to
my guy.
have.
Let's see if Lee steals my guy like he's been doing a lot of this draft.
He's been doing it to me, the little
I know Lee. It's always
sniper.
He's also one of
okay.
the best. If you need insurance, he's one of the best insurance agents in the country. If you need somebody to do your insurance, he's unbelievable.
Okay, I'm going to draft one of the best backups that if Zeke Elliott goes down, Tony Pollard will make a big difference.
That's why I went with Jamal Williams. Same idea.
Yep, same idea. But Jamal Williams could have some standalone value anyway. Oh, I like Philip Lindsay, by the way. He just went. That's a very similar
University
pick to
of
Jamal
Colorado,
Williams.
Especially
like
with
him
David
too.
Johnson as the starter.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, how many games do you think David Johnson's actually going to start?
At least the first one.
Okay, Wichita Films has a very serious question for fantasy sports. Curious, how many points you get for stealing crab legs? If so, draft Jameis Winston.
For every
that wasn't
crab
an
leg he
option.
steals, you don't get penalized.
Yeah,
on
they
an
didn't.
interception.
Yahoo didn't give the crab legs option this year.
No, we didn't get the option this year with the crab legs. They had shrimp, they had steak, they didn't have crab legs. I don't know what the hell was going on, but that's a great question. I forgot about that. That's a very funny story. And he paid for it many times over.
And I guess laptops too. Wasn't that what Cam Newton was accused of stealing?
Cam Newton was at junior college. He stole laptops. Yes.
But why? They don't taste good. I don't understand it.
Well, Cam Newton, I guess, probably saw an opportunity and he did it. And he was caught.
You can probably sell them better than crab legs.
I don't know. People make dumb choices when you're young.
Who's drafting Cole Beasley?
No.
That would be the all COVID pick, right?
That's right.
16 picks, Case told me.
Oh man, I'm like
Case,
watching.
let me ask you a
the picks as
question.
they come out.
Do you draft Trey Lance? Yes or no?
No, I do in a keeper league. I don't in a redraft.
Or in a
Well, we
super
know.
flex league.
Or a super flex league. I would take him as a third or fourth
Right, but
quarterback.
not
Okay.
here.
So you're not taking, even though all the upside for him, you're not going to take him.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'll be watching closely to use my waiver wire budget on him, but I like Tua.
Well, I
That
was
think
thinking
was actually a good pick.
I was thinking maybe the last pick of the draft, I'll take him. My last round, I'll take
Yeah,
Trey Lance.
kind of where I take Deshaun Watson because we're looking at it the same way.
My theory is he'll probably be the first guy I waive when I pick up a running back that's going to be starting next week. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because you got to waive somebody on your team. It's more than half these guys will not be in our roster by the end of the year.
That's just the way it is in fantasy football. I
Yeah,
mean, there's so many injuries. Values change so much.
100%. Yeah. I mean, we all think we're like, oh, we're going to draft this guy. Half these guys are not going to be on your roster. So don't get too attached. Don't worry about what's going to happen tonight because it's a long season. And, just you got to be aware of what's going on.
How many more picks are left?
There are four. We each have 4 picks left.
4 picks. I have a kicker, a defense, and 2 bench players.
2 picks. So there's 2 picks left. Because a kicker and a defense, I'll take with my last 2 picks.
A couple of comments. From YouTube. 250,000 to go to Mississippi State to pay for Cam Newton, and Chris Atwater says, "I tell my classes, he's a teacher, he's a professor, you never look back on your 20s and say that is when I was making the best decisions of my life." Well, that is very well said.
Well, Cam Newton went to Auburn, correct? He didn't go to Mississippi.
Yeah, but he started at Florida.
Here's an interesting point. Wichita Film says Deshaun Watson might not be the dirtbag he's being portrayed in the media. I have to agree with that. I mean, look, I don't know. I have no idea.
I always like to hear both sides of the story. Like Trevor Bauer, people destroying him when it first happened. They said, "Oh, this guy," and now we're finding out like this girl was like going after Tatis and all these other players on different teams. So there's always 2 sides of these stories. So you want to hear both sides. I don't. Everybody wants to counter be guilty before hearing their story.
Yeah, and I have no idea. So I'm not gonna not going to judge it. But
We got Joe's lost son. That's Patrick Donovan. I'm curious to see what he takes. The Missouri Raiders just left the draft.
they left the
Yes.
draft. We're
But
reporting it.
I think they keep leaving and coming back.
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
it's somebody told me that they were no, that was Lee that was having trouble with his internet, so that's not him.
Well, Lee's on a dial-up. He doesn't have Wi-Fi. He's in a Wi-Fi. He is where he lives. He, no idea what's
He has a
going on.
crank up.
He has a
It's not even dial up.
not even a dial-up. We're having a fantasy football show on tomorrow. If people want to come on and watch, what time is that tomorrow?
That is at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific.
And we'll be talking about everything that's going on in the NFL. We'll talk
With
about
Rich
fantasy.
Davis.
We'll talk about fantasy. We'll talk about what's going on in preseason. We'll talk about everything. Hopefully, Dr. Dan Ratner has
Dan,
time
were
to-
you targeting Devin Singletary with your pick?
I was not.
Oh, I thought you might be with
I
Devin
hate that guy.
Moss.
I hate Devin Singletary. I had him last year. It was a disaster.
Wow, what has he ever done to you? That's
I just
pretty
totally
Well,
not
listen,
like him.
yeah, this is an interesting thing about fantasy sports. If you've had a guy on your team and he's been terrible for you, the question is, has he actually done something to you or not? Can we take that personally? I don't know.
I don't know.
I think, it's very natural as a fantasy sports player to, look, very few people in my personal life have tortured me as much as T.Y. Hilton.
Oh
I
my
mean-
gosh. I love watching your teams play against him or
Every
when
time.
he's on your team.
Well, T.Y., you got to remember T.Y. Hilton last year, he had like the last 4 games, he was great.
Yeah.
But the
It's
first 10 games, he sucked.
But Ross, you don't know this because you haven't played enough fantasy football with me. When T.Y. Hilton plays my teams, he
It's 200
explodes
yards and 3 touchdowns.
every time. And he has like maybe 40% of his entire season value happens in the 2 games against me.
Wow.
All right, let's see what Southern Beer Posse does. This is Chris Atwater.
Chris Atwater, he was at your wedding.
He is, and by the way, he's in our head-to-head baseball league. He's been doing a good job there.
Yeah. Chris Atwater, he's one of the best fantasy players I've ever seen. He's unbelievable. He picked.
That's a good pick.
That
At
is a
this
good
point
pick,
in the
especially
draft.
in half PPR.
Yeah.
Okay, watch this. I'm going to do it. I'm taking Deshaun Watson.
There
Yes.
it is.
Oop,
And
there
and
it
you know
is.
what I'm
Oops,
going to do
there
now.
it is.
I'm not going to select a kicker in this draft. I'm just going to sit around and wait
Oh, yeah, you
for
love
the next
doing
couple
that.
weeks
I
and
love
find
when
out
you
what
do that.
happens. And then Yahoo's
Okay.
going to be like, you get a bad grade because you didn't take a
I know
kicker."
you didn't pick a kicker.
It's like, you
All right.
idiot computer.
Lady,
I know that.
okay. To those of you watching, this is something I always recommend trying to get at the end of the draft.
This is great.
A handcuff for your running back.
Oh, yes.
Ooh,
So
I like
now,
that.
if
No,
Austin
we don't call it a
Eckler should
handcuff.
go
We
down,
call it an insurance policy.
Oh, Casey and
we
I call it a
a
handcuff.
nad
We call it nadcuffs. That's an inside joke from previous leagues. Justin Fields, interesting pick. Now, listen, Deshaun Watson, did I need to get him there? No, but we've been
Now,
talking about him enough.
I'm taking a defense. And Casey, when I take this defense, I want you to look up the first 3 games they play. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So I'm taking a
Rams.
defense.
Denver. Well, let me pick, then I'll look it up.
Okay.
Because I feel I don't like Kirk Cousins, and I feel obligated to have a New York Giant on my team,
Daniel Jones.
I'm going to take Daniel Jones.
I knew
So
you would
now-
take him. I dreamt this day.
You dreamt this day. So now I'm
Okay.
going to look up the Denver Broncos schedule.
The first 3 games. Tell me this isn't like a dream matchups for the first 3 weeks. Their defense is in the top 10. They're not like a schlouncy. They're not a slouch. They're a good defense.
All right,
So
I'm
they
taking.
play the
Go ahead.
Giants.
The
I took a
Giants
big-
the first game. And
Oh,
the Giants led the
Jaguars.
league in turnovers last year. Okay, who's
The
second?
Jaguars
The Jaguars. Rookie quarterback. They're going to feast on him.
and
Third.
the Jets.
The Jets, the third game. So they have the
Dan-
Giants, Jaguars, and Jets. The first 3
I like
games.
the Chuba Hubbard pick because Christian McCaffrey hasn't proven healthy, and we all saw what Mike Davis was able to do as the backup there. So that's great value at this point of the draft.
Who's
Thank
the
you, sir.
backup in? Who's the backup at Carolina?
Chuba Hubbard.
I call him Chubba because it rhymes. Chubba Hubbard.
I know. Well, now look, I'm Sloth Love Chubb. Now I can be Sloth Loves
Chubba.
Chubb.
So I have my kicker now.
So wait, I didn't put that together. Your team name was Chubb. He was available to you in the first round, and you passed.
Well, listen, I'm a professional fantasy sports player. I cannot pass up Travis Kelce in round 1 at pick 9. There's just no way. I would have taken Travis Kelce 5th.
I like it.
He's my 5th. Listen, I had Travis Kelce rated 5th, and Chubb was my 6th rated player. So I stuck to my rankings.
I love Travis Kelce. I got to work with him before. I have a picture with him. We look like models together, and he is an above. He gives you such a boost at tight end. It's unbelievable.
All right, now I haven't drafted a kicker or a defense.
Here we go.
Oh wow!
Let me look at defenses. Let me see who I think you should take.
There's not
so
great. Well, there's some good ones left.
So I like Miami's defense a lot. I think Miami's defense last year stepped up. I think this year they got better. I think Miami has a really good defense. I would probably take them 1. I'm not a New England defensive fan just because of this. I don't think Cam Newton's going to be like going these long drives, and I think the defense will be out there a long time. So I don't think England's a great defense to take right now. The New Orleans defense, I'm worried about just be the same thing. Without Drew Brees there, I don't think they're going to be a solid offense like we discussed, but they'll be good. If I had to pick, I would pick Miami right now.
All right, now we got a comment coming in from Pat Donovan and
Patrick Donovan,
listen,
All-American.
Casey and I are both therapists, so this is right in our wheelhouse. He says, "I miss my daddy." That's actually the comment.
Is that Ross? Is Ross his daddy?
No, Patrick Donovan's just a human specimen. I mean, he benches like over 500 pounds. This guy can play linebacker like Ray Lewis. He's unbelievable. But he's a great defensive coach at Windsor College. He's one of the best in Canada. He's unbelievable. I think I don't know what that means. I don't know. Miss my daddy. Maybe his dad's not with us anymore. He passed. He misses him. Maybe I don't know.
Oh, he says I'm Joe's lost son.
I think this is a cry for help, and I think Dr. Dan Ratner is here to rescue him.
Ooh, Lee validated Dan's pick.
I would have taken Travis. I didn't. Well, there you go.
And remember, guys, we want to do lots
Thank
of
you,
trades. We want to have fun this season. We want trading. We want people to talk smack. We want everything that goes on in the league. We want this to happen this year in this league. You know, Dan's going to pick up people from waiver wire and try to trade you for your number 1 pick. That's what he'll do.
I just stopped sending trades your way because you said everyone was a waiver wire pick. I was like, I drafted this guy.
I'm teasing you. No, send trades my way, please. Please, I beg you.
Rodrigo, you just sunk my Blankenship.
I like that comment. It's a good enough comment to be read aloud. Rodrigo, you just sank my Blankenship.
I like Rodrigo Blankenship. University of Georgia, and plus he wears those like thick glasses when he kicks. He looks like a scientist out there.
Oh, all right, Sloth Love.
That's a good pick. I like that.
He likes Gronk. Gronk's a good Gronk. You know what? People underestimate him. I think it's going to be a good season. I think it took him a while to get adjusted in Tampa. I think he's adjusted. I think he'll have a pretty good season.
So I'm not going to take a defense or a kicker in the draft, and Yahoo will give me an F.
This is great.
I'm going to do both just because I like to look at my grade and feel strong.
I know. I usually do too, but now I can spend 2 weeks trying to trade people.
Is it my pick?
It is not your pick yet.
One more pick, Kasey Shienvold.
Lee is up next.
So I'm going to do nothing exciting with my last 2 picks except take a defense and a kicker.
Wichita Films. Chris Robinson is telling me, Ross, by the way, that I should draft Joe Burrow, and I would have if I could have, and trade for Ross's 2nd pick. They think you're an easy mark, but you're actually Ross Mark.
Who was my 2nd pick? I took Aaron Jones, and who's the other one I took? Aaron Jones and
Antonio Gibson, right?
Yeah, Antonio Gibson, who Casey predicted. I love CeeDee Lamb. I like my receivers a lot.
I like your receivers a lot too. You want to trade? Trade me your receivers.
I
and I'll
love.
trade
Oh,
you mine.
it's my turn to draft. Hold on. So I'm taking somebody that we interviewed last season who played for the Lions last year. Now he's with
Ooh,
Arizona.
here comes
He has
Matt
the
Prater.
record. He has the record for the longest field goal in NFL history, and it's Matt Prater.
Our MFSN friend.
Oh, we should rebook him. We have to get him back on again.
Yes, we need to.
Okay, now I'm taking a receiver because Michael Thomas is out so long. I'm going to take a chance with Marquez Callaway.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, that's a
go
good
with
pick.
a different Saints receiver, but I got you.
Marquez, I feel can fill the shoes of Michael Thomas. We'll see what happens. Kasey Shienvold.
Now
I took a kicker. It wasn't worth talking about.
Oh, suck up.
Now the question is, because I'm going to take a defense here.
Okay. You are taking a defense.
I decided I am going to take one.
Let me look. I like Miami. That's who I would take.
I'm going to go with Miami because, first of all, I like them as defense, but they also play the Jets twice. And the Patriots twice, and the Patriots they're not going to be that good.
And I don't know if you watched Miami last year. Their defense was solid. I mean, they had it, and they signed that Howard guy, the DB. They signed him to a contract. He'll be good.
They also don't have a bye until week 14, so I can just kind of leave him sitting in there, which is nice.
And is Dominic Sue still on that team, right?
You mean Ndamukong Suh?
Yeah, he's still there.
Yep. A couple comments from Chris Atwater. Let's pull him up on the screen so I can read there. Gibson is going to be huge. We're talking about Antonio Gibson again. I know I already said that, but seriously, going to be amazing. I totally agree. I think he's a huge breakout star. Really wanted to roster that guy. Well, Chris, you can always make a trade with Ross the Boss. Meanwhile, Chris is a Saints fan. He says Saints are going to be better than people think. Well, Chris, I don't know if if this will be a surprise to you or not, but I actually think the Saints are going to be a pretty decent team. I mean, I know it's hard without Breeze, but they've got a good, solid defense. Yep. They're not starting, bad quarterbacks actually, and they have Kamara. I mean,
they won with Hill starting last year. They won like 4 in a row, Kasey, or 5 in a row. They won like almost every game with Hill. I mean, they played great.
Now, guys, there's only 4 picks left in this draft. Lee Silverman says, good luck all. Lee, good job. You stole some picks from me and Kasey. We'll battle it out on the field. Guys, this was a great draft.
This was a lot of fun.
What we're going to do, we'll be talking about this league week in, week out. So you saw it get formed right here on MFSN. And the draft is now complete. So thank you guys for watching. Good luck, everybody. We're going to meet up on the fake gridiron. Can't wait. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't
already.
Trey
Lance did not get picked. Either did Jarwin, the tight end for Dallas, Kasey.
Now that's
I know.
All right, guys, if you haven't already.
Just shows you Dallas Goedert was a terrible pick.
Everybody's going to regret some. I got Will Fuller on my team again. Oh my God.
No, guys.
Interesting. Pick.
What did I say? Half these guys will not be on your roster by the end of the year.
Yep. Now, one last comment from Chris Atwater. I'm an eternal optimist, and the Browns have never lost a game Dr. Dan has watched with me. This is actually true. I have watched 2 Browns games with Chris Atwater, I believe, Chris, and we won them both.
Didn't the Browns play the same day as your wedding? Is that true?
They played the day after my wedding. My wedding was on a Saturday. After. They played on a Sunday.
And did Atwater watch that game with you?
He did, and one of our wedding planners was watching with us as well, and he said this following line, which was a classic. We got the ball back, and he said, "Oh no, the prevent offense," which at the time was very apt. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Okay. If you haven't already, click subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, hit like if you like what you're hearing, and put your comments below, and we will discuss this draft. So much went on here. This was fun, guys. Thanks for joining me.
Peace out, everybody. Apparently, Ross